Shalom, Kahalo Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS and the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, so this lesson is an old man, okay, who is myself. Going to touch on the order, all right, from my perspective, all right. So I'll confess my faults first, all right. I was kicked out of GMS 10, 11 years ago, okay, and have my perspective, if you will, on what happens after that, okay, and then to Lord willing, still be in this thing 10 years later. All right, so you come into this thing, right, and these guys, you know, the elder apostle Rakar is not in there, but you know, this is who I learned from, right, or where the Spirit led me. When I came in, it was '08, and you know, I was searching for truth, and the Spirit eventually led me to the elder apostles, who are now the elder apostles. At that time, they were the elders, okay, and went through Nate, went through Johanna, real quick, but the Spirit led me here, okay, and this is order, okay, from the perspective of an older man. I'm trying to choose my words and the terms carefully. And I say that because I'm just as old as these gentlemen here, all right? And probably a year and a half older than this elder apostle, and then I think it's in this order, probably a couple of years older than the elder apostle Ricard. Now, does that mean anything in the truth? It does, but it doesn't, and then there's balance, okay? Now, I'll say this as well. I was in the service, I was in the military, and they teach order, okay? And you can't, there's no way that you can get an honorable discharge, meaning to go in and serve the time that you signed up for, complete that time, and get an honorable discharge. There's no way you could do that without learning order, okay? And whereas the military was one of the most horrific times in my life, right? I hated it. I was only in for 2 years, got an honorable discharge, and to this day, I look back and it was a horrific experience. But when balance is concerned, I learned a lot, okay? And now that I understand balance, you look back and you weigh things. You say, well, what did I get out of it? Okay? Discipline is one of the things. Order is certainly one of the things, okay? Now, whereas I am just as old as these gentlemen, right? In this truth, I'm a child compared to them, all right? And when you come into this thing, you think you understand, you know? You think that you understand the Spirit, and it takes years to understand how the Spirit works. So fast forward to now. Here we have the elder apostles, sans the elder apostle Rakar, all right? And when you're dealing with who the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, is dealing with, you understand, okay, that the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, is dealing with these guys, okay? All right, and there are different levels, all right? So I'm rambling, so let's get a precept. 1 Corinthians 14:40, as Donald Trump would say, 1 Corinthians, all right? And we all know, this is just the basics. I'm probably going to talk more than I'm going to pull scriptures. So Salakia for that, because there's a bit of narration that goes along with it. And hopefully this is exhorting to the body, you know, from an older man's perspective. Let all things be done decently and in order. Okay? Now, with that being said, what is the order? Decently first, right? And in order. Let's scrutinize. Okay? You got to be decent. All right, well, let's look at some different versions. Fittingly, fitting and orderly way. Fitting, properly, and in order. Decently, properly, decent, proper. Do we get appropriately, correctly, right? All right. Who teaches you that? Well, your teachers do. Appropriately and in an orderly manner. What are some synonyms? All right. Decently, decent, with decorum. Do you understand what that word means? Decorum. Okay. Properly, proper, decent. Okay, so there's a way to do things in a becoming. You're becoming someone, all right? That deals with correct. You're becoming a man in this thing, right? And we can go into these words and find out what the definition is pertaining to the scripture itself. But, I mean, you can extrapolate, all right? So, correctly, what is the correct way to do things? Well, orderly, all right? And you got to understand order. Somebody came before you. And for the record, somebody came before these men, okay? How do we know that they're in order? All right? By the way they speak of their elders, okay? Now, they have to say from time to time that their elders went off, right? But basically that's the passing of the baton to get to where we're at right now. We're so close after the pronouncement of the name of this year, right? The hopeful year, right? We're so close to the end, there's not going to be another passing of the baton. We understand that. This is it. This is the last generation, okay? So here are your elders that the Most High chose, all right? Now, and briefly touching on the King David situation, right? Well, what were these men taught? They're holding fast to what they were taught, right? And where we're at now, that's all that is, all right? And they never said that King Mashah was King David, right? They never said that. They said they believe, right? And you don't have to believe that. But do you believe in these men? Okay? Do you believe that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is dealing with these men? And after years, right? It took me years, right, for the Spirit to hit me and say, I mean, and all along, of course, but there are moments when, you start tripping and demons are messing with you and you have doubt. And the doubt is with you. It's not with these men. These men are steadfast. And after 14, 15 years, you come to understand that. The Most High is dealing with somebody on the earth. Who would it be? Okay? I'll tell you now. It's these men. Okay? How do these men reverence their elders? Well, they'll tell you. They'll tell you of the old story, proving that they're in order still. Okay? Because this is about order. And everybody is in order. All right? We all know that our head is Yahweh Shai. Well, I'll say that my head, right, is Yahweh Shai, of course, but you had to have elders, right? And there was a time when these were my elders. Now they're the elder apostles, right? Well, who would call them elders, right? Then we go here. And I know I'm rambling. Boom. These men, okay? Decently and in order. These gentlemen here are amazing, number one, okay? They would not be where they're at right now. These are now the elders. These are the elder apostles, okay? These are the elders, elder bishops, okay? All right? And they're in order. They would not be there had they not been. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, 25 years. Right here, you got from 37, which is crazy, 37 years of being in order and steadfast, right? And these are the elders of these gentlemen, who are now the elders, right? Elder bishops, okay? And these guys are amazing. This guy is amazing. This guy is amazing. This guy is amazing. I love to watch these guys because it's one thing to watch the elder apostles, of course. Hey, the Most High is dealing directly with that guy, all of them. But there's order within the elder apostles. Look at the order within the elder apostles themselves. They're in order. They know when to stand down. They know when to be humble. They know when to speak and not speak within themselves. Okay? That's order. All right? And then we go back here. Right? These guys, they have their own order. They don't tussle and backbite between them. They understand order. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is clearly on them. Okay? 25 years in, right? Then what? All right? And I'm gonna try to wrap this up quickly. Not that. What am I looking for? And then we have the YouTube generation, which is where I fall. Okay? I fall where I came in during what they call the YouTube generation, if you will. Okay? And who, these guys are now elders. Okay? At one time they were up and coming elders. They're clearly elders. And there are more in Chicago, right? There are more. You got the elder brother Manata Zagba, right? These guys, the Most High is dealing with them at a level that, I mean, if you can't see it, You gotta fast and pray. All right, it's an enormous uh, responsibility that has been put on these brothers, and I'm sure that got maybe 10 years on them. I do. All right, but guess what? This is about order and understanding. If you don't understand order, it's gonna show. All right. It's gonna show. And then you'll be by and by you'll be offended. See, you got people that they want to be seen. All right. There was a guy in between these guys who at the time proclaimed to be above them. Right. I'll use the name Element, right? But he's gone. Going to Chicago, you got Patak. He's gone. Right? Why? If you understand the stories, it was about order. Right? You don't sit at the same table with great men. You don't place yourself there. You wait. And I'm paraphrasing, okay? Paraphrasing the quote, but you know what I'm saying. With Patak, Patak tried to teach the teachers. Where is he? He's gone. Okay? This thing is about order. Right? And right now, look at this. Order and etiquette in the camps. What's the date? A year ago. Look at this. It's way too late to be trying to be somebody in this truth. You should be worried about saving your own ass. How do you save your own ass in this truth? All right? Right? Philippians 2 and 12. All right? When everything comes down, it comes down to Philippians 2 and 12. It comes down to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. But guess what? Chances are, if you don't understand order, you ain't in this thing. And now is not the time to be being ferreted out. Okay? Now is the time to humble yourself and to endure until the end. Okay? It's already established who is who. Right? And this is from an old man perspective. All right? Now I'm gonna get another scripture on the way out. I've said enough. All right? Because there are young men coming in now. And that young man coming in could be as old as myself. You're still a young man coming in. If you don't understand order, all right, what is the theme, if you will, or the name of this year? 2023, the hopeful year that all the prophecies, all of the prophecies come to pass. If that is 100%, all right, there's less than 365 days before the end of this thing. So what manner of person ought you to be? Here comes that fire. Okay? You need to be in order. This is not the time for trying to get rank. All right? This is time to be trying to make it. All right? So I'm going to get this for the sake of getting it. All right? Slovakia. EXAM. exalt you. I'm going to end it on this because I'm just kind of rambling, but that's the spirit. I said, I got to do this. All right. Now is not the time to be out of order. What happened? Oh, this. First Peter. Let's see. Of course, the devil wants to destroy this. First Peter 5 and 6. Bear with me. Salakia. The Bible Hub. Bear with me, please. Babak Shah. I'll just read from 5. All right. First Peter 5 and 5. Likewise, ye younger, right? No matter how old you are, submit yourselves unto the elder. Who's the elder? Is an old man your elder? Yeah. Okay. You got to be wise in this truth. All right. Now, this is not about age. It's about age in the truth. Yea, all of you be subject one to another. That goes even deeper. And be clothed with humility. Here's how you do this thing. Here's your instruction. Don't be a damn fool. For the Most High resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble. Okay? Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that he may exalt you in due time. Well, guess what? You know what due time is right now? Due time is making it onto the chariot. You being exalted at this point, here we are in the year of 2023, the hopeful year that all of the prophecies come to pass. Meaning, if it goes down like that, you got less than 365 days or shorter. You understand? Meaning, that the Most High exalting you between now and then is you being on a chariot. Okay, humble yourselves. And I've heard this said a couple of times in the last few days. This lesson is for me first, right? All right. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All right? Hey, we're in that time. Don't get ejected right now. There's still a race to finish. Okay? All right? So, I was going to go somewhere else, but I lost it. All right. Anyway. All right. So, hey, we're almost out of here, is the point. All right. So, maintain order, stay humble. Oh, here's where I was going. Salakia. Let me go back to that. Where was I? Harp, elders. What the hell? That finally come through. Here we go. Cast your cares on him. 1 Peter 5 and 5. Likewise, ye younger, here it comes. Here it comes. Right? What is all of this? This is the instruction. Right? All the way up to here. Okay, we're going to come back there. Let's go here first. Got to go to Proverbs 1. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. All right, if you don't fear the Most High right now and you get ejected, right, this is what you don't want right now by being proud. Don't be a fool. But fools despise wisdom and what? Instruction. Do not be a fool right now. Do not be a fool right now. You need to heed instruction. What is the instruction? 1 Peter 5 and 5. Likewise, you younger, submit yourselves. Ye younger. This talking about me, old as I am. Submit yourselves unto the elder. Submit yourselves. That's easy. Submit yourselves. Right? Submit yourselves. Well, that's the title of this. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect were edified. Salakia for rambling. All right. Humble yourselves, submit yourselves. Submit yourself, humble yourselves. There it is. You brothers and few sisters, with that, shalom.